A nutritionist prepares a fruit smoothie for patients recovering from surgery. The recipe calls for 3/4 cup of yogurt. The nutritionist accidentally pours 1/6 cup more than required. How much yogurt is now in the smoothie? So the trick about this question is for you to recognize that this is adding these two fractions, right? We had initially 3/4 cup of smoothie. Now we accidentally pour 1/6 cup, right? So this is the fraction that we are going to be dealing with. Usually I make the denominator the same, right? So if I multiply this by 2/2, this is going to be 12. I multiply this by 3/3, this is going to be 12, right? So if I simplify that, I'm going to have 9/12 plus 2/12. Now when you have this, all you have to do is add the numerator and the denominator, add the numerator and maintain the denominator. So it's going to be 11/12. And the answer is A, right? Solve for x. So we have this equation. So all we have to do here is distribute, right? We bring x there, we distribute 3 into this parenthesis, distribute 2 into that parenthesis, right? So when we do that, we're going to have 3 times 2x minus 3 times 5 minus 4, which is equal to 2 times x plus 2 times 7 plus 5, right? 3 times 2 is going to give us 6x minus 3 times 5 is 15 minus 4, which is equal to 2 times x, 2x, 2 times 7, 14 plus 5, right? So this is going to be minus 19, 2x plus 19. So we eliminate 2x from the right hand side by subtracting 2x from both sides, right? And we eliminate negative 19 from the left hand side by adding 19 to both sides of the equation. Now, if we do this correctly, we're going to have 6 minus 2 is 4x, which is equal to, so you see that this is going to be 0, this is going to be 0, and we have 38 there. And we have 4x is equal to 38, and we divide both sides by 4. X is going to be 9.5. And the answer is going to be D. A medical warehouse recorded the number of oxygen tanks delivered over 5 days. So we have that Mondays through Friday. If the warehouse wants to know which day's delivery exceeded the weekly daily average by the greatest amount, which day should be reported? So all we have to do is calculate the average, right? So if we look for the summation here, let's see what it gives us. All right, so we have 180 plus 240 plus 210 plus 315 plus 255. So that's going to give us 1,200. Right? Now, so the mean is going to be summation x over n, which is the average, right? So this is going to give us 1,200 divided by n here, which is the total number of data points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 days, right? And the answer here is going to give us 240. Right? So 240 is the average. Which of these data points exceeded 240? So you see that significantly is going to be Thursday, right? Because if you calculate the difference here, you see that 315 minus 240 is the greatest. And the answer is going to be C. A hospital compares scheduled appointment with completed appointment. So we have all of that. We have the clinic, we have scheduled, we have completed. Hospital administrators want to identify which clinic had the highest completion rate. Which clinic should be selected? So all we have to do is calculate the completed rate, the completion rate, right? The total number of completion divided by the total number of scheduled appointment times 100%, right? Times 100%. So this is gonna be 90%. This also is gonna be 90%. This is 95%, and this is 90%. So this is gonna be like the formula is gonna be what? Completed divided by scheduled times 100%. So when you do that, you have all those percentages, and you see that the one with the greatest completion rate was the orthopedics, which is C. And of course, it's true because when you look at the difference, right? We scheduled the scheduled appointment were 180 and they completed 171. You see that the difference here is small. It's just 9. If you calculate the difference here, you see that they didn't complete they didn't complete a lot of these appointments. So you see that there is 14 here. If we calculate the difference here, we are gonna have, I think, 11, right? If you calculate the difference here, we're gonna have, so 6, around 16. So you see that orthopedics have the least difference, right? The difference there is small. They were just short of just 9 appointments not completed. So yeah, the answer is going to be C. A laboratory orders identical reagent kit. After purchasing 8 kits, the laboratory still has $96 remaining from a $280 budget. Which equation could be used to determine the cost X of one reagent kit, right? So 8 kits cost what? 8 times X, which is equal to 8X, right? So balance is equal to $96, right? So budget is $280. $280. So we cannot exceed this budget. It means that the kits we buy plus the balance that we have should give us 280, right? Should give us 280. So this is going to be the equation, and the answer here is going to be A. A robotic pharmacy fills prescription using the expression. So we have that expression. What value does the system calculate? Right? So we have 42 minus 3 into 5 plus 4 plus 18 divided by 6. Right? Now let's see what happens here. We need to use PEMDAS, the order of operation, right? Yeah. So let's first of all deal with the parentheses. So we have to deal with this, right? So 5 plus 4 is gonna give us 9, right? And later we are gonna multiply or divide, right? Multiplication and division goes together. So whether you multiply or divide, they all goes together. So now we're gonna have 42 minus 3 times 9 is gonna be 27, plus 18 divided by 6 is gonna be 3, which is gonna give us what? 18. So this is going to be equal to 18. And the answer here is going to be B. A disaster relief team loaded supplies into 18 trucks. Each truck carried the same number of emergency food kits. After reorganizing the shipment, the same supplies were evenly distributed among 12 trucks. If each truck now carries 270 kits, how many kits did each truck carry originally? So what we need to know is that there were first of all 18 trucks carrying kits. Now these kits are now put evenly into 12 trucks. If each truck carries now 270 kits, the total number of kits is going to be equal to 12 times 270, which is equal to what? It's equal to 3,240 kits. Now, if we now put these kits back into the 18 trucks, so with 18 trucks, each truck carries 3,240 divided by 18. So that is going to be 180 kits. So each truck originally carried 180 kits. So the answer is going to be C. A clinic evaluates 5 patients' satisfaction scores. So we have 94, 88, 91, 86, 96. The clinic reports one representative score obtained by giving every survey equal weights. Which value will be reported? So this year they are asking for the mean or the average. So let's look for the mean, which is summation x all over n. So this is going to be 94 plus 88 plus 91 plus 86 plus 96. So divided by the total number of data points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is equal to, so this is going to be 91. So the answer is going to be C. An imaging center purchased a scanner for 18,500. Installation increased the total cost by 12%. The manufacturer then issued a 1,200 rebate. What is the final cost? So, price 18,500, right? And then we have increase in price by what? 12%. So, buyer pays 100 plus 12, which is equal to 112%. So buyer pays 112% of that amount. After increase, the cost equal to 18,500 times 112% is going to give us 1.12, right? Which is 112 divided by 100, which is 1.12. So if we do this multiplication, 1.12 times 18,500. So we will have 20,720. So after rebate, so remember rebate is discount. Final cost is equal to 20,720 minus 1,200, which is equal to 19,520. 19,520, which the answer is A. A secure storage cabinet contains 6 red access cards, 5 blue access cards, and 4 green access cards. 1 blue card has already been removed. So if 1 blue card had already been removed, it means that we now have just 4 blue cards. It means that in that pack, we have 6 red, 4 blue, and 4 green. 2 additional cards are selected without replacement. What is the probability that both selected cards are green? So it means that we are focused on green, right? We are focused on green. If we select the first green, the probability of green the first time is going to be the total number of greens now, which is what? 4, divided by the total number of cards in that deck. We are going to have 6 plus 4. That's over 4. This is 14, right? So this is kind of like 2 over 7. We pick and we don't replace. It means that the total number of green. So the second time, second pick, means that the probability of green now the second time is going to be 3 all over. Now, if the total number of green reduces, it means that the total number of cards in that deck will reduce. So we're going to have instead 13 cards now left, right? Because there were a total of 14. There were 14 cards. And now we picked green, and when we didn't replace, and the total number of cards will reduce to 13. So now the probability of green now is going to be 2 over 7 times 3 over 13, which is equal to 6 over 91. And the answer is C, right? Let me know if you have any question, right? You can easily solve this with a tree diagram, right? So we have, here I'm going to be focused on green. So if we have green and green there, so the probability of green is 4 over 14. If we pick green and we don't replace, it's gonna go down to 3 over 13. And the probability here, the probability of green is just gonna be 4 over 14 times 3 over 13, right? And we know that this is 6 over 91. You see that? Perfect. A medical courier drives 378 miles using 14 gallons of fuel. At the same fuel efficiency, approximately how far could a courier travel using 20 gallons, right? So now let's look at the rate. So we can write this rate in 2 ways. So we can write 378 miles for every 14 gallons. Or we can write it like this: 14 gallons for every 378 miles of travel, right? Now we are converting 20 gallons to miles. So which of these fraction will we multiply with? You see that we're going to have gallons down here, so that in the end this cancels with this. So this one is sufficient, right? So we have 14 gallons, 378 miles to achieve this. So multiplying this, we're going to have 20 times 378 divided by 14. And the answer is 540 miles, right? So it means that we can use 20 gallons to travel 540 miles. So the answer here is C.